Hello, everybody. This is Father Jeff, pastor of the Church of the Transfiguration in Southfield, Michigan. As you probably have heard by now, the public masses are going to resume in the Archdiocese of Detroit and hence the Church of the Transfiguration very shortly. And by means of this video and by other means, you will be receiving a letter in the mail on our Facebook page and through Flocknote. We wanted to let you know some of what you might expect and need to know when we return to worship. First of all, we are so looking forward to joining with you once again to celebrate the Eucharist, and we look forward to the coming days. No doubt it's going to be complicated, maybe a little messy. We may make a few mistakes here and there, but we are absolutely trusting in God's grace and your cooperation and everyone's goodwill to make this go smoothly. So, first of all, what you need to know, to make matters even more complicated, we have been planning for a long time to repave our parking lot. We're going to do some of it this summer, some of it next summer. The construction, the repaving, is going to begin on May 26th. That means that the only parking that will be available when you return is what we call the school parking lot in front of the entrance to the academy and near the entrance to the Duns Scotus room, and the large parking lot across the street from the main entrance to the church off of Code Road. Everything else, by the prayer garden, the bell tower, the ball field, the handicapped entrance, all of that will be under construction for about 1 month. So we're hoping to make things go smoothly with that, but it does add another level of complication. So what you probably know from the Archdiocese is that the obligation to attend Sunday Mass has been suspended through September 6th. That means the first Sunday when the obligation returns is Sunday, September 13th. However, we are welcome to begin public celebration. All other parish events have been suspended for the time being. We need you to know that anyone who is ill should obviously not be coming to church. And if you are a vulnerable person, somewhat elderly, taking care of someone, surely that is your first obligation too. And so we encourage you, if you're in a vulnerable situation, not to put yourself and others at risk. So the schedule here at Church of the Transfiguration, we will be resuming public masses on Friday, May 29th. With the noon Mass. Our weekday Masses will return to noon, Monday through Friday, beginning Friday, May 29th. The weekend following, May 30th and 31st, we will be returning to Sunday Masses. We are not, however, resuming our regular Sunday schedule. The reason why we are doing that is because we are anticipating a smaller congregation with the obligation to attend Mass removed and with the encouragement for those who are vulnerable and at risk not to come. We thought that we did not need as many Masses as we previously did. So our schedule will be Saturday at 4:30, Sunday at 8:30 and 11. Through the course of the summer, if we find that we need to make any adjustments, we will do that. So we will be monitoring how things are going. Now, we are also limited in the size of the congregation. We are only allowed to have 25% of the seating capacity of the church or the space. For us here at Transfiguration, that means that we can only have 75 people in church for any Mass. On weekends, we plan to use an overflow in the hall, and we will live stream the Mass as we have been doing via Facebook to the hall. we can have 50 people. So at any Sunday celebration, Saturday evening, the 2 Sunday masses, we can have 125 people. It will be important to know that we can't take more than that because of the requirements of social distancing and the need to keep everyone safe and healthy. So weekday masses, we're limited to 75 people. Sunday celebrations, Saturday evening, Sunday, 125. Now, managing that will be kind of complicated. We don't know right now who is going to want to come and at which Mass. So we are asking people who wish to attend to either email us at transfigsfld.org and let us know about 24 hours in advance, or call the office and we'll try to manage all of that. Now, please know that there may be times when we can't receive you at some particular Mass. We might have to ask you to go to another Mass or to join us online. We're not quite sure how all that is going to go. We think it's going to work out okay, but in the beginning it's probably going to be a little confusing, but we're all going to do the best that we can. So until that time, so until May 29th, we are continuing to do what we have been doing, and that is we will be live streaming a Mass on weekday mornings, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. and on Sunday at 10 a.m. Now I know that's kind of complicated, but I trust that you'll be able to figure all that out. It's also important that you be on time because latecomers may not be able to be seated. And it's important to know too that you may not be able to be seated at wherever you would like. We're going to ask the ushers to direct seating. Families certainly can sit together, but we will have to make sure that there is sufficient distance between people and be spread out throughout the church. We are going to be cleaning the church after every Mass, and of course the hall. Because of the requirements too, we have removed all missalettes and hymnals, and we are planning to provide disposable aids for music. If you'd like to bring your phone to follow the readings, you are certainly welcome to do that, but we won't be able to provide hymnals or missalettes for the time being. Also, it's important to clean the church, so we will be cleaning the church every morning, and because of that, the church will not open up until on weekdays until 11:30. On Tuesdays, however, because of confessions, we will open up at 9:30. Of course, it will be open in sufficient time on Sundays for that. Everyone present needs to wear a mask. We're also asking people not to congregate in the gathering space either before or after Mass. Sanitizer will be available. However, if you have your own, that would be terrific. Use that before you enter church because we have a rather limited supply. We're also asking you to bring your own masks. So just another thing that will be an issue is going to communion. There will be places on the floor marking 6 feet apart. We will only be distributing under one kind, the consecrated hosts. We're asking people to come forward by the center aisle in one line, return to your places by the side aisles. It would be important to remove your mask and gloves if you happen to be wearing them to receive communion. Those distributing communion will be wearing masks because we're kind of close to you in that moment. We're going to distribute communion very carefully without touching the skin of the other person. We are encouraging everybody, if at all possible, to receive communion in the hand. It just makes things so much easier. you do have the right to receive communion on the tongue. If you need to do that, we ask you to wait until the end. If there is any time that we touch a hand or accidentally touch a tongue, we will stop and use hand sanitizer before we continue. We're trying very, very hard to keep everybody safe and healthy. And we're really grateful for the cooperation of everybody. Dismissal after Mass will also be a significant issue as well. So we are going to ask everybody to leave church under the direction of the ushers. We will be leaving in sections. We will beginning with, since our church is nicely divided into 4 sections, we will be dismissing one of the sections in the back of church, then the other section, then one of the sections in the front of church, and then the other section. So it's important that, this is not ideal, we understand that, but that we immediately leave after Mass, not congregate, and please follow the directions of the ushers. We will have funerals under the same kind of restrictions that we have here. We will be beginning confessions on Tuesdays and Saturdays, as we have been doing. Obviously, we will need to follow the rules of social distancing, both as you're waiting to come in and in the confessional as well. St. Anthony devotions will continue on Tuesday. However, we can't provide you the card that we usually do. We're not able to give you anything that anybody else has touched for your safety. And so we're hoping that those of you who have been praying it pretty much know it by heart. So the priest will lead it and give you the blessing with the St. Anthony relic. However, we are not able to touch your cheek with the St. Anthony relic at this time. So, brothers and sisters, those are some of the things that we are doing to prepare and to plan for our celebration together. And as I said in the beginning, we're so grateful for you and for the ways that you have continued to support our parish. And we're looking forward to your return. We'll have to do it safely for everybody, but we trust in your cooperation and God's grace. So thank you so much, and many blessings to you and your families.